Hello and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon video with me, Bubblebox, and today we're going to be continuing with the Bubble and Silver Raptor Do Decks series with a bit of gameplay, and in fact it's the Bubble and Vulcan HD Gaming Do Deck series for this particular episode because Vulcan said he would really like to do the Commonwealth deck part of the deck building series, and we went through the decks in the last episode, and if you look, and I'll link that in the description below if you want to look at our two decks and how we kind of went about building our decks. Vulcan has also shown already this game on his YouTube channel from his perspective, and I'll be showing it exactly the same game but from my perspective. But before I do, we'll just quickly show you what we're going to be doing. So Vulcan is going to be handling up the middle, doing his 3-push strategy, and he's going to be taking the right side as well, or looking after the right side, whereas all I've got to do is go up the left here and try and take India and Echo. And we're playing against Dencrash69, a player I know from a stream I sometimes go on and play a war game on. He's a decent-ish player, not the best, but he's learning the game. And Luca Brassi, I don't know him as very well at all, but I don't think he was a brilliant player. So this isn't about, though, the gameplay so much as looking at the units, what they're capable of and how well they perform in what is a pretty good map for Commonwealth troops, with some towns but a lot of open areas for tank warfare and clear shots for anti-air weapons and the such like. So we'll get the game underway. Now I'm heading up towards the town here with a bunch of SAS in these Lynx choppers. The Lynx choppers really nice and fast, and we'll get up there. Speed 300, I think it is 300 kilometers per hour. So they'll get up here, I'll drop them off hopefully before he gets his units anywhere near, and I'll be following up with a couple of these little Wolverines anti-air units. So Saxons, can't remember what they have in. I think they've got some Marines or something. I can't remember quite what they've got in. We'll have a look at shortly. A couple of ADATs with their long-range anti-helicopter sniping capabilities. Just one tank, the Challenger 1. I'm hoping to increase my tank numbers as I get set into position, and a Sultan Command. Now Vulcan, on the other hand, he's got one of these nice recon choppers out up front with very good optics. He's got a bunch of different types of infantry, AA, anti-tank and rifle infantry heading up. I don't know whether he's going to drop them out just at the front of these buildings. He's dropped off his command just at the back of Hotel, and Challenger Marksman going up with a big Challenger 2 there. The Challenger 2 he loves so much, he's heading that up straight up the middle, and that's about it. They are actually shelling the right hand side, which is, yeah, it shows a little bit of an experience because there's nothing there basically, so they're just shelling into nothing. But Vulcan has put a Grizzly over on the right hand side to get us the 4 points for that zone. Although obviously if they'd charged down like Charlie, they could have perhaps had us in a little bit of trouble of flanking Vulcan at the same time, but of course they didn't know what Vulcan's doing, and Vulcan's kind of just concentrating all his forces up on the middle. Now meanwhile on the right, if you do want to see it from Vulcan's point of view, please do check out his channel. The link will be in the description below. Now I lost immediately an ADAT's actually there from an anti-tank weapon probably attached to these tanks. Can't quite see what they are. They've obviously got a lot of infantry, and I lost my Wolverine as well, so I didn't actually have a brilliant start, but I did have the ground. Oh, it's T-64Bs with their nice anti-tank weapons that they've got. So took out my Wolverine and an ADATS. My challenge is safe though. I've got some other ADATS over here. SAS providing air cover anti-air cover as well. Nicely in position, and some Marines behind in case they try and push in with their own infantry. They'll be able to join in and help the SAS out. Now they have got clearly a lot of infantry themselves, which they're going to be putting over into this tree line over here in Echo. They haven't hooked up Echo, and they've hooked up Charlie, not Bravo or Delta. And Vulcan is getting his Challenger 2 and his Challenger Marksman into position. He just needs his anti-air into position. Where's his anti-air? He's got Javelin, Milan. Not sure. Well, that's all the anti-air he's got. Actually, the Challenger Marksman. So he's got Challenger Marksman, Challenger, and he's probably going to just try push up. He's pushing forward his Challenger Marksman to try and take out this Luca Brast's M1992. It's getting some nice shots off. It's actually taken out that chopper, and that other chopper just goes out of vision, I believe. It's back into vision. Oh, he's just microed it back. He's now pushing his Challenger 2 forward. I'm just concentrating on Vulcan a bit at the moment because I'm not really doing anything apart from just holding that position while I'm waiting for reinforcements. He's got one of those lovely Lynx 3s, which is Stingers and Hellfire missiles coming up in support of its Challenger 2, so that's a bit more anti-air for him, as well as his Challenger Marksman. And he's also managed to put some units over on the right here in Gulf just to secure that position, some Commando 90s and some Javelins as well. Now there's a Pongay 2, and it just shows Lucas a little bit of inexperience, just bringing a Pongay 2 into view there. He's although Vulcan's AS-350 is getting a little bit close, and if he stops his Pongay 2, it might be able to take it out, but he just keeps it moving. I don't think they've got any... no stabilizer, so they can't fire on the move, and his Saxon with its little machine gun might actually take out that Pongay 2. There it is, it's just coming through. He might have been trying to actually get them over to Charlie, and he's just sent them the wrong way. There's some units in that tree line there as well. He's bringing some more units forward. Now I have dislodged one of my SAS units from its building and just pushed it up into the trees just to have a little feel about what's going on. Now I do realise I haven't got a lot of recon at the moment. At the moment I don't want a lot of recon because all I'm going to do is build up my tanks and anti-air, then I'll get a little bit of recon and I'll just push forward, and I know that I'll have so many tanks here that I will be able to push through anything, because I know they've spent a lot on quite cheap infantry and infantry fighting vehicles. In the meantime, Vulcan is pushing forward with his big Challenger 2 and the Challenger Marksman. The Grizzly here is kind of doing a bit of a recon role for him on the right hand side, and the Challenger 2 just whacks that unit there as soon as it gets a sight on it. And he's got a Leopard C2 Mexus joining in the fun as well, and his Lynx 3 is getting a little bit far forward. They're probably trying to snipe that helicopter. Now the Challenger 2 takes out a unit there, and as the RT comes pouring in, it's actually targeting more onto Gulf than onto Vulcan's push up the middle. So he's making good headway and scoring points along the way. And his Challenger 2, the Vulcan there really, the Grizzly sorry there, really just for recon. The Challenger 2 is still in cover, you can see it flashing with the Challenger Marksman in support still. There's a UAZ coming up the road, and his AS-350 doesn't have any armament, so it can't shoot the UAZ, but it is spotting, and it's pushing right forward. Got to be a little bit careful. He does indeed turn it round as it gets hit, takes a hit, but survives with its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 health points. So that's a... can take that back to fight another guy, and the Lynx 3 is going to take this UAZ out, no problem I expect, although that missile just hit, so it's going to get another shot off. Oh yes, takes out the UAZ as it heads over to Echo and denies them the 4 points for Echo. And you can see what I'm doing, building up nicely. I brought in my Challenger 1, I'm just coming forward into the tree line. Now the SAF have checked it out. I'll bring my adults just a little bit forward. You've got to be careful with these adults because unlike the Challengers, they do lack armour, and if they're spotted they're going to be attacked. I've got a little bit of recon now in the form of this ferret, another Challenger, and I'm bringing another Challenger, and I've got a Chieftain Mark II. These slow but I think very capable tanks with their decent armour coming forward, and another ADAT. So I'm happy here. I'm getting ready for my push, and in the meantime Vulcan is continuing his push. Now he has got this Challenger into quite an open position. He's got the Challenger Marksman up with it. There's another one of those Pongay 2s just stuck out in the open there. And he might have had trouble if the guy had put some infantry into these buildings. BMP1 getting a few shots off onto that Challenger actually. One hit, two, was that 2 hits or 1 hit? So took a couple of big hits there. And the firing computer needs to be reset. Challenger Marksman's getting attacked as well. So, oh he has got some Motor Strelky in there now. Although Vulcan's bringing forward some infantry in these Saxons now to try and help out. Get this Challenger some vision on some infantry, and he just used that Grizzly to try and get vision as well. And the Leopard AS1 going up on the right, Leopard Mexus watching this flanking now. He has got 3 T80s there now. Let's see what this Challenger can do against these T80s. Quite well, I would have thought. So he's taking some shots on them, but oh, the Leopard 1 AS1 is going to get hopefully some side shots on these T80s. Is it? If it can get vision. It's going in for a side shot by the looks of it. Once it gets vision, so it's all... Oh, and there's a gunship here taking some shots as well. And the Challenger... Oh, they go down. There they go. Nice. So he can continue to push forward, and his infantry, in fact the Gurkhas, the lovely Gurkha 90s, taking on these motor stroke and have now got support from the Challenger 2 and the Leopard C2 Mexus on the motor stroke as the BMP-1 comes up into range as well. His Challenger marksman in a nice position. The gunship's run out of ammo but done its job, and he's got a few more units at the back here. I'm actually taking a recon unit right down the flank on the left here just to see what's going on and try to sneak round to their base as they bring forward. Now all my units are kind of in position now. I did push a little bit with my Challenger 1 and got it whacked, so I just pulled it back, and that is a UAZ trying to get, oh, he's taking it over here into these trees. Now, I unfortunately didn't have a line of sight, although the ferret might get a shot off on it now, and if this hits with swing fire missiles, I'm going to take that UAZ out unless it goes out of vision. Oh, and it just misses. That's a shame. That's a shame. But I've got another Challenger 1 coming up there. We'll start my push shortly. And Vulcan's doing a nice job pushing in the middle. There's a T90S. Now the Challenger against the T90S. Who's going to get the shot off first, I think, might win this battle. The T90S is taking aim on something. Is it taking aim on the Challenger? Yes! Oh, full in the face with a T90 ATGM, and then two more. Wow. Okay, so the Challenger has actually gone down, the Challenger 2, but you could see exactly how much it took. A T90S, a load of rocket ATGM rockets. I think they came from these guys here with these Kokon missiles, so that was at least a T90S shot and two Kokon missiles in the face to take that Challenger 2, and it was already damaged as well. So finally his Challenger 2 bites the dust, but it did do the job. Now I start pushing forward now on the left hand side. I push forward my nice Challenger 2 to try to take out these motor strokers. We've got a nice view on these. I've got my ferret there acting as recon. Bring forward my Chieftain Mark 1. I want to just health up this Challenger Mark 1 here. My Challenger Mark 1 here engages these T-64Bs. These T-64Bs have got lovely firepower, but their armour isn't up to too much. And if this Challenger can get another shot off, it's going to take out that next one if it hits. If it fires, that is. Is it going to get a missile off? Come on, get your missile off. There we go, takes out that. Nice. There's another bunch of motor stroker here, but I've got a lot of support. I've got two Challenger Mark 1s firing on them with their beautiful, is it 4 HE power, and I've got a Chieftain Mark 1 here with a machine gun and its main cannon firing in on these motor stroker as well. Going to make mincemeat out of those. So Vulcan, his push is slowing down a little bit because he did lose that Challenger 2, but did a lovely job with it, of course, and now he's in full control of these buildings just prior to moving on to Bravo. And we've spotted their command in Charlie on the right hand side as well. So I've kind of just gradually clearing forward. I'm not rushing forward in my units. I'm playing it fairly safe, but I've got two Challenger 2s, two of the big boys coming up through the road here now, and I'm going to start getting these right across onto this road. I've got three Challenger 1s fully healthed up going forwards. I've got a couple of Chieftain and a Challenger 1 there waiting to be repaired, and loads of anti-air and some recon. So I'm sneaking forward now. The push is coming from the Challenger 2s through Echo, and in the meantime Vulcan, although he scored a lot of points with his early push, he's kind of slowing down a little bit now and just needs to regroup and get some more units up there, although he's managed to take out that command on the right hand side there. So the Challenger 2s are sneaking forward, managed to find themselves a little bit of cover. They've got plenty of air cover from the Wolverine here, the SAS sitting back holding these buildings, and ADAT scattered around as well, and a couple more Wolverines back there. So as soon as I'm happy that all my AA is in position, we will just go forward and we will rip through Echo. And my recon, you can see my recce squad there has spotted a few things, but they have spotted my recce squad, so it's not going to last. Den Crash spotted my recce squad, so it's not going to last too long, but it was worth a try to try and spot their CV in Alpha. So the push continues on the left hand side as my Challengers sneak forward little bit by little bit, making sure I keep my anti-air units up with them. I should have probably pushed my ferret forward a little bit more just to get a bit of vision, or had another ferret perhaps on the left hand side, but I'm just catching up with my AA here, getting my ADATs forward. I've got some infantry coming in as well in case there's any bother from their infantry, and you can see the firepower we've got here, everything nicely spread out, and we've come across all these infantry fighting vehicles which I did know were in there, but I kind of forgot about a little bit, so I just micro my SAS back and push the Challenger 2s forward to deal with these infantry fighting vehicles that are all basically in these tree lines here. Another good thing is we haven't used any artillery yet, I don't think. So you can see you can have a really nice game without even using any artillery. So challengers, so they're coming out here now. They're just trying to attack this challenger, but they should have really have just stayed in cover because they are surrounded by big tanks. Even this challenger one at the back here, this challenger one's going to have a pop at them as well. Everything's got line of sight across this area. I've got a challenger one on the right hand side here. Spot a T-80B coming down the road, a powerful tank with Cobra missiles, and also there's this chopper coming down here from Luca, and I am just so full of anti-air here, it just stood no chance. Now the T-80 here is going to get engaged by the Leopard C2 Mexus of Vulcan, so we've got this road covered between us, and there's 3 T-80Bs coming down the road here. 2 get taken out immediately. Side shots galore from the Challenger 2, the Challenger 1 Mark 1, and they don't stand a chance. They're getting hit in the side with Challenger ammo and shells. They're just going to get one hit every time. Now as soon as I see them, I realise that we've kind of overrun them, because otherwise they wouldn't be running them down the road. So I just charge forward with these 3 Challenger Mark 1s and fast move them down this road as quickly as possible and bring the Wolverines, which are really fast moving, along behind them. Now there is a Mi-24P unfortunately which makes an appearance. It's actually attacking this Challenger 2, but the Wolverines, they're so quick at moving, they come forward and take out that chopper really fast, and I start to move forward these SAS over into these mountains as well, and I will soon immediately micro these back onto the road, fast move them forward, not attack move them, but fast move them down this road with support from these Wolverines this time. I've got a lot of units left back here, which I should have probably pushed forward a bit sooner if I'd thought, but there's another chopper coming down here. Should have learnt his lesson from last time, because I've got these ADATs sitting here, and the ADATs actually take out both those choppers in one hit. So the Challengers trundling down the road. Let's get into the front one and watch what happens here. Whoops. Oh, if I can get my camera into position. Here we go. So we're heading straight for the base now. We come up against 4 Sturms. Really nice anti-tank weapons, but only if they're hidden in trees. These things were caught right out in the open on the road, moving. They can't fire on the move, and look at, they got taken out, completely taken out. And there's a little armoured car there as well. Gets taken out in the process. That might even have been a supply truck. It went up like a bomb. So they obviously didn't quite expect me to move forward so quickly, and we just need to keep moving forward right into their base now. They can't have a lot left in their base. There's a lot of points gone down there now. In the meantime, Vulcan has made his way out of Delta, and he's moving forwards into Bravo now. Another T-90 from Luca, and his Vulcan has got another Challenger 2 up. He's got a couple of Challenger Marks. He's got 3 Challenger Marksmans now. A Challenger 1 Mark 2. Leopard Mexus. He's got the works now for his 3 push strategy. He's got the recon. He's got the tanks. He's got the anti-air. I don't think anything's going to stop. He's got this Grizzly up here. He's got some infantry in the buildings, all spotting for his tanks. And they're going to get side shots on this T-90. This T-90 is just not going to stand a chance against all these Challengers and Leopards. As soon as it comes out into the open, it needs to stop, and there, oh, a hit in the face, and down it goes. Wow, it's not stopping. It's stopped now. Wow. Okay. It's quite funny. This motor stock won't last very long. In the meantime, I am in their base. I'm not sure if I took out the command there or whether he's moved it, but we're right in their base now. My Challengers running out of fuel. I need to find a fob so that I can keep them moving. There's a little artillery piece there. That's what he was using at the start of the game to mortar over onto the right hand side. And once you enter a base and you see their artillery or their AA, you know you've won, because you know you've completely overrun their units. So I just completely move, not attack move, but just move my Challengers forward. They can shoot as they go forward through there, and Vulcan just completing his push down into Bravo. Very nice indeed. I've actually brought in a Kahu. I'm not sure why. Oh, an F-111 coming in to attack the UAZ, and the game ends just as it gets its bombs off, so it doesn't manage to drop. But that was a really nice game. Really showed off the Commonwealth decks really well. So I really do appreciate Vulcan coming on the channel and doing the videos for me and playing this game. It was a lot of fun. Also thanks to Den Crash 69, who I do know. Sorry you got caught up in that one a little bit, Den Crash, but and Luca as well. Thanks to him as well. They put up a good fight. They didn't quit. Good on them. Really nice game showing off the Commonwealth deck. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you in the next one.